I'm going to share with you 5 unique wedding ideas that I've seen in the past year as a full-time wedding photographer, to hopefully give you some excitement about your wedding and how you can personalize the day to your unique interests and personalities, and to possibly inspire you for some of the things that you could implement for your wedding day. The first unique idea that I saw this year was the newspaper wedding programs. I think those are an awesome way that you give your guests something to look at while they're waiting for the ceremony to start. Remember that there's going to be a little bit of wait time in between all of your guests being seated and your ceremony actually starting. And so I think having something for your guests to look at or something interesting for them is really nice to help improve their experience. It's also amazing for photo ops. We had so much fun taking pictures with the newspapers, with the whole bridal party, and with the couple. It's so much fun to have a little newspaper with photos of the two of you from your engagement session and other moments of your relationship. You can even include fun crossword puzzles or word hunts to help give your guests something to do to pass the time as they wait for their ceremony to start. The second unique thing that I've seen a lot of couples do in the past year is including your furry friends in your wedding day. Now, this might have to look different based on your dog or your pet. Some of the ways that I've seen couples include their furry best friend in their wedding day is through either having your signature drinks be based off of your dogs or your pets, having cardboard cutouts of their faces during the reception, or even bringing your dog to the wedding and getting photos with them. I even got to capture one of my brides getting ready at her house, and we had a few portraits with her cat. Your pets are a big part of the family, and so it's nice to be able to have them play a part in your wedding day. You know your pet better than anyone, so make sure that you know whether your dog can handle being around a lot of people. If you don't think that they can handle being at the ceremony, maybe you have them with you at your getting ready location. That way they're with a smaller group of people, but they can still be included in some of the photos. Or maybe you have someone help bring them for your first look so that your dog can be a part of it. One of my favorite weddings this year, the bride and groom had their 2 dogs dressed up in a little wedding dress and a suit, and they even walked down the aisle with the bride's brother. So it can be so much fun to have your pets at the wedding. I think it provides a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, and if your animals are really important to you, it's nice to get to see them on your wedding day. Just make sure you have a family friend, relative, or even hiring a dog handler to make sure that you have someone that will take care of your pets throughout the day. It's definitely not something that you should be worrying about on your wedding day, but if you have someone that you can trust that will make sure to bring your pet where they need to be and also to help calm them or take them out of the situation if it's not going well for them and if they're not comfortable. And make sure that your guests are comfortable with the dogs being around too. Another really fun thing that I've been seeing at some weddings in the past year is including thrifted items in your wedding day. One of my brides this year thrifted her reception dress, and it was really fun to see her change after all the formal things had happened and run into her reception with this beautiful flowery thrifted dress. She looked like a fairy princess and she was having fun with it, and it was really exciting because it was something that she had thrifted, she had found personally, and it's a cheap and fun way to have an outfit change during your reception. I also had another bride this year who was going to be having her reception outdoors in the summer, and so she wanted to make sure that her guests would be warm enough, and she actually thrifted a bunch of sweaters so that her guests, if they were cold, could throw on a shawl or a sweater that she had personally thrifted. It's an incredibly fun wedding favor, and it's a really cool way to have some unique pieces that you get to curate throughout your wedding planning and something that both you and your guests will really enjoy. She even thrifted all of the cups that were going to be used at the tables at her wedding. So no 2 people had the exact same glass that they used during the reception. It looked so cool in the photos. A great way to not only save money, but have something unique that you can either use as a favor or just as a fun way to have stuff that are unique on your wedding day. Another unique thing I saw at a wedding this year was having your flower girl hand out individual flowers to different guests as she comes down the aisle. A lot of people, especially men, don't usually receive flowers in their lifetime. So what a cool way to help your guests remember your special day by handing them their own flower. And especially if you might not have kids at your wedding and you want a grown-up flower girl It's a really cool way that you can still enjoy that flower girl tradition in a way that works for your wedding day. The last unique thing that I've seen some couples do this year is including your boat in your wedding celebrations. I've had couples ride up by boat for their bridal shower or even their wedding day. And that can be really fun if you have a boat. Maybe this is the equivalent of that furry friend for some people. If your boat is important to you and you spend a lot of time on it, you can deck it out in wedding stuff and you can take some pictures on it for your engagement session or even your wedding day if you have the opportunity to do so. If you're getting married at a lakeside venue, this can be a really fun way to get some extra pictures, get something really fun and different on your wedding day. One of the most fun weddings I shot this year, the couple had their boat docked at their reception area, and some point during the reception, they noticed that there were some really big fish out there, and so they grabbed their fishing poles and they were fishing off of the dock at their wedding reception. Your wedding day is about you two and celebrating and doing what you two enjoy. And so don't worry about what anyone else thinks. It can be fun and it's awesome to have unique parts of your wedding day. It doesn't have to look like everyone else's wedding. You should make it about what you love. And so having those different things makes your wedding so memorable and so much fun, and I highly recommend it. I hope this video might have inspired you to do something unique or creative for your wedding day. It makes it so much more fun as you plan and so fun on the day, and will create some awesome photos and memories for your guests to have for a lifetime. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe so that you can see future content of wedding planning ideas, advice, and more.